Today's the day. I become an academic weapon. Let's see. What does academic weapon mean?
An academic weapon is a fun, somewhat playful term that describes someone who's highly dedicated, efficient, and successful in their academic pursuit.
I've been watching Gilmore Girls here. It's time that I truly lock in. I'm soaking in all of the Rory Gilmore locking in ability because no one has ever locked in like that girl.
Celebrate tonight, huh? Girls on the town?
I can't. I have to study.
It's currently 12:24 in the morning. I just watched, I don't want to say the best episodes of Gilmore Girls because my favorites aren't these, but some monumental episodes. I just watched season 3, episode 6, 7, and 8, and I'm on 9 now. Or I watched 7, 8, and 9. Whatever I watched, I just watched the episodes where she went from Dean to Jess, so I'm feeling very happy, and it's also giving me a lot of joy and motivation. With this being said, I have an essay due, a quiz due, a lecture to watch, and then I need to start an editing class or work on my entrepreneur class because I haven't done either of those two last ones at all this week. I think I'm going to watch a lecture. I sat down on my computer, I said, Gigi, it's time to lock in. And I said, Gigi, this is your chance to become an academic weapon and document it to prove to the world that you can be an academic weapon. So that's where we are now. I open my Google account for my school. I go to the lectures. I said to myself, if it's an hour long, I'm going to force myself to do 20 minutes of it. So tomorrow, I only have 40 minutes of it. And then I'm obviously watching it on like 1.75 speed, so it doesn't even take 20 minutes. Or it kind of does with note taking. I have the lecture. It's only 23 minutes. We're going to do it right now. And then tomorrow, we'll continue my academic weaponness because I have a slightly busy weekend and I just feel like having all my school out of the way. I've known that this lecture is due for like 2.5 weeks. We're supposed to do it before we start reading the book, and I've already read like half of Pascal, so I've been doing every single bit of my reading for this year, and it's been very nice. I'm trying to like romanticize the idea of reading, which we'll get into in this video. It's time to do a lecture. I have to do this lecture now. I'm going to do this lecture. I need to start off by going to bed with some lock-in ability. I actually want to get like a good amount of sleep because I think that's really important in being an academic weapon is getting sleep, because I feel like when you become an academic weapon, normally you don't sleep, but then you're also really tired. Welcome to Google Drive. I want to get up at like 8:30 tomorrow, which will be like it'll be like 7.5 hours of sleep, which I feel like is a good amount. But if you want some notes, here is all of Pascal's early life, and you're probably thinking, wow, that's the whole lecture. No, it's 7 minutes of it. I have 13 minutes left. But I actually enjoy doing these lectures. I personally, rather than sitting in a discussion class like I did for an hour and a half this morning, I would rather watch a lecture and like have to take notes. I actually need to change. No, I don't. I need to set an alarm. I got distracted.
1, 2, 3. Wait, is this the song with the drums?
I met a guy in the summer and I if you're in love. Memory and only you possess the key. No longer drowning and deceived, all because you came for me. Locked inside my memory and only you possess the key. No longer drowning and deceived, all because you came for me. All that doesn't matter, we don't you it's fine. I was not gonna say it.
So that's my current one. It's The Fate of Ophelia by T. Swizzle. I feel like Taylor Swift is literally the most controversial artist out there. What I'm going to say about her is off of every album, I don't like a bunch of songs, and I'm absolutely obsessed with a couple songs. There's never an in-between for me. Either I'm down bad for a song, or I'm fine if I never hear it again. And that's coming from someone where my music taste is really random. The first thing I did when I woke up was work out right away, which is something that I used to do a little bit more last year. Well, I still work out, but I work out later in the day. But I've always heard like, oh, it's good to like move right out of the gate, which I feel like can definitely be helpful. I personally am not a morning person, so it's definitely tough. But I did. I worked out right in the morning when I got up. Multitasking. I feel like this is something a lot of us, it's really hard to master, but sometimes I feel that in order to give yourself a break, which I'll talk about in this video, I feel like breaks are very necessary in order to keep yourself sane, but I feel like sometimes you gotta multitask and you gotta fit things in order to make those breaks to have more efficient studying and locking in time. So here I just made my breakfast while I finished up my lecture from the night before and took all my notes. My first lecture is done. Ignore the music in the back. I ripped this last night, really irritating me, but we have 1, we have 2, and we have part of 3. Lecture is done, which means now I have to study this because I need to walk in on my school. My grades aren't bad. I just like to have A's, and I'm gonna say it. I don't. I have a B. It's not like I'm failing or anything, except I like having an A in this class. It's like an accomplishment. So I need to walk in and I need to get a 10 out of 10 on this quiz. So I need to study this, which I never do for these videos. Normally just writing it is enough. So I need to study this, take that quiz, do an essay. Those are my main school things that have deadlines that I need done today. I'm going to eat food. I literally made ground beef and toast. It sounded good. I also have no food in the house. So I'm gonna eat this and watch Gilmore Girls because I feel like giving yourself time, your brain doesn't have to be constantly working, is very important when you're trying to like truly lock in on something. I feel like my brain would actually explode. There would be brain everywhere if I could never have a break. Multitasking is definitely a lifesaver in school because I could not take my break if I hadn't already made my food. And I'm gonna put some tomato on top. That's my really exciting breakfast. Definitely not that like Rory Gilmore breakfast. I was gonna make pancakes, but we're out of Greek yogurt, so I can't do that. I'm currently watching Gilmore Girls, and we're currently on the Winter Carnival episode, in which it's obviously winter and snowing outside, and I think it's kind of translating into the wonderful place I call Pennsylvania. I don't know the temperature right now, but I can tell you that my feet are currently numb and that there's no heating on in the house. I thought it was gonna be like 40 at least. It's 56. It might be warmer outside than it is in this house. But I'm currently in my parents' room because that's where I felt like doing my school. I like to move around when I'm doing school. Like when I'm sitting in one spot for so long, sometimes I feel like I'm going insane. Sometimes I get in like the mindset of like sitting here locking in is gonna like do something to me and like not moving, but a lot of the times moving around is very helpful for me. I'm so cold. Okay, but it's time to study. I hate studying. It's my least favorite thing ever. So we are going to cover this portion of the academic weapon video very quickly because I hate it so much. Wait, I put these on so I look awake. Look, it's me. Oh, also, we have another cup of coffee with us. And it's time to study now. I don't like studying. With that being said, I find note-taking is more effective studying for me. I used to be so bad at studying, my mom made me take a class on studying. If we go down my transcript for high school, it will say that I took a study success skills class in my freshman year because I was so bad at studying. And I think it was helpful, but what was the most helpful and made me like, I love taking notes. I love note-taking on things I don't need note-taking. I love note-taking and I love organization within a notebook. So I was never that person before. My notes were not organized. There was like, I'd go to class and I'd have like half a page of notes. I took TGC 4 last year. Nope, I took TGC 5 last year. And my teacher, Mr. Choi, I've never seen someone take more notes than him. We would use the like chalkboard. What's that app? It's purple and it's like a notebook.
Ah, got it. You're probably thinking of Microsoft OneNote. It's got that purple theme design.
Yes, thank you. So OneNote, he would use that and he would use like the chalkboard setting and he would take so many notes. But it kind of taught me how to note take because that's how I got the hang of like highlighting and my arrows, and now I'm like the most organized human ever. So I find note taking actually helps me learn more. So I'm just gonna quickly, you know, read over my notes here and then I'm gonna take my quiz. But we're reading about Pascal. Here's a little summary. Pascal, he died really young. His book is like all his random thoughts about reason and faith and like their relation, and he was always sick and then he died at 31. And Jansenism was in and out of his life for his whole life. Okay, so that was a really simple quiz. I'm about to turn it in here. We're gonna see my grade. We're hoping it's a 10, but we can accept an 8. If it's anything below, I'm actually gonna be in shock because this was so easy. Like sometimes I say here and I'm like, wait, what was that? Or I'll be torn between 2. Every single one I've been like, oh, I know the answer right away. 10. I got a 10 out of 10. And I just got a 10. Okay, my grade. Okay, that definitely helped. Brought it up. 0.17. It did, but it still brought it up. It did bring it up. We're just gonna focus on that. I don't understand how grades work. The other day, I got 36 out of 40, which is a 90%, and it dropped my grade. My grade was an 88, and it dropped my grade down to an 84. and I got a 90. Sorry, that just really irritates me because it doesn't even make sense. It's not like I got a bad grade in my grade job. It's like it just doesn't make sense. That's done now. I am warming up sitting here. Like, part of me does kind of want to like go sit somewhere else in the house, but I'm warm. I'm under the blankets. Let's cross this off my to-do list. We have to do something I don't want to do. Actually, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work on my editing class because I've been slacking on that. It's not that I wouldn't enjoy it. So I'm gonna watch the first video for it, or it's technically the third, but it's like an overview. Let's watch this. Oh, I have headphones connected. That's not gonna work.
You don't want the software to...
I've crashed. I can't do this anymore, and I haven't even opened my essay. Google Docs has not been touched yet today. And I also just want to say, like, I know I don't have an extreme amount of schoolwork to do, but the point of this video is just becoming an academic weapon and how I'm doing that and what my research and watching Gilmore Girls has told me. It just so happens to be that I have a couple assignments that are larger than normal, but I know this is not an extreme amount of schoolwork. I'm very blessed. I'm in my senior year of high school, and I have an editing class, which, if you're watching this video, you obviously know I have a YouTube channel, so that does not really like change my life. I just do the class when I'm editing, or I try to. I've been kind of slacking, but that's the point of it. I'm taking an entrepreneur class, which is something I'm extremely interested in. My favorite class was finance last year. That's the type of person I am. I've learned I like both really creative stuff and then like finance, entrepreneurship stuff. And then I'm taking my TGC class, which is my history, reading, writing, literature combo class. It's like, I think it's 2.5 credits in honors, so that's the class that I'm doing homework for in this video. And yeah, I'm extremely grateful to only have that class, and I know that my life is not busy because the school I go to is extremely rigorous. Or I say I go to it, I take one class there, but I know a lot of people who take all of their classes through there, and they'll post their schedules, and I'm like having a heart attack just looking at them. Shout out to everybody who has a lot more stuff going on in their senior year of high school, or just my SD card got full, so I am going to do the obvious first thing you do when an SD card is full and buy a new one. I've been meaning to buy a new one, and Prime Day literally ended yesterday, so it's kind of really dumb that I'm ordering one right now. That's what we're doing on Amazon. What are we doing? SD card, SanDisk 64 gigabyte issue crap. It's essay time. I've procrastinated. I find sitting in bed to work. Always, it starts productive. It starts with goals. And it ends. And I'm so tired, I can't do it, I'm so lazy, I just don't want to do school anymore. So we have to start this essay. I haven't had to do this yet this school year to myself, but I look pale. I started the essay as in, like, I copied the thesis and part of my outline into a new Google Doc. There, I'm locked out. I'm done. I cannot do that. It's actually not hard. All week I've been going, it's not hard, that's why I haven't started it yet. And now I like just, it's not that I'm like, oh, it's so hard. I'm just like, I don't want to do this. I want hot coffee. We'll do a time lapse because they make me feel more motivated. I want to say I worked here for probably about an hour. I already had an outline written, so I can't find a quote for the life of me. I actually didn't have way too much work to work on for my essay besides actually typing it because I had the outline all spelled out for me. I have a friend. There he is. Reconnecting with nature is quite important. Sometimes I feel there is a need to touch grass, and that moment is now. That was last night, and like, I literally was in bed and I just against my pillow repeatedly. Like, I looked insane if that was filmed. Wasn't. And it's very windy, so I'm gonna try and make this brief. I feel like for the longest time I'd be like, oh, I have to go reconnect with nature. I'm losing my mind. But it genuinely is so good. I have to talk really loud. I'm so sorry about this wind. I'm gonna make this brief. I'm sitting out here watching Gilmore Girls, and before you go, oh, you're watching TV and you're outside, it's relaxing. I'm eating toast because I finished the rough draft of my essay, and I'm gonna sit out here until probably my laptop dies because it's at 18%. I've been dying so quick recently, but I also think I just haven't been charging it fully at all. I felt like most of the videos out there about becoming an academic weapon and being productive, people who already were the academic weapon, so I wanted to make a video about me, somebody who's definitely not the academic weapon, attempting to become that, so that's why it's a little bit shorter and a little bit more relatable than, I guess, telling you the steps to become an academic weapon. But hopefully you enjoyed it and come back next Thursday at 11 a.m. for a new video every week.